Sit back and relax. That's right. You're listening to The Bob and Katie Show.
Welcome, everybody, to The Bob and Katie Show.
I'm Katie.
And I'm Bob. So I guess, first of all, we want to say sorry for the long pause between episodes. We've had a ton of stuff going on.
Yeah, we've been super busy, and it's been like a couple weeks.
I think going on 3 weeks since we put an episode up.
Yeah, it's been a while. Things have been crazy.
We've moved, so this is actually our first recording in our brand new place.
Yeah.
I am excited to say that I'm no longer stuck beside a doorknob, so during this episode...
Yeah, that's nice.
I will not be
Moving on up.
I will not be hitting my elbow on the doorknob, so I'm stoked about that. I don't know about you. I guess it never really hurt you.
No, but I always heard you, like, bang it, and then you would complain about it.
Yeah.
I'm happy for you.
We were on the news recently.
Yes.
So that was, we're TV stars now. I guess, the podcast is really taking us places.
Practically local celebrities.
I think 15, 16 people saw us that night. It was pretty awesome.
Oh, it's more than that. And for anybody who has not seen our news story, we did post the link on our Facebook page, so you're more than welcome to go. If you are interested in seeing the story, then you can go check it out on our Facebook page. The reporter, she did a really great job of putting it all together, and she was super awesome. She was really nice.
You want to say her name?
Caitlin.
Caitlin.
From WECT.
WECT. Thanks, Caitlin. You did a great job on making us not look stupid, so we appreciate it.
And maybe, if we're lucky, we may have Caitlin on our podcast sometime. Hopefully. You
know what happened in Walmart? I was in there. I was looking at some, what are they called? Pajamas, I guess, for babies. What are they called? The pajamas?
But things that they sleep in?
Yeah, pajamas. Pajamas.
I say pajamas.
Pajama-jamas?
You say pajamas, I say pajamas.
Pajama-jamas. Okay, so anyways, I was in Walmart looking at them, and I didn't even have them in my hand or anything. And this lady walks up and goes, "You have twins, don't you?" And it stunned me. And I was like, "What do I have that look about me?" And she laughed and said, "No, she saw me on the news." So that's
really cool.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy. So I pick out some clothes, and I talk to her for a second or whatever, and I pick out some clothes and I go up front, and the cashier's ringing me up.
So you're purchasing baby pajamas.
I'm purchasing baby clothes. I'm purchasing groceries.
Well, the other stuff doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not relevant to the story.
So she looks at me and goes, "You have twins?" And in my mind, I'm like, wow. It's the second person.
really am a celebrity.
I am famous. And I made the same stupid joke. "Oh, do I have that look about me?" And she goes, "No, I just noticed that you bought a boys and girls set of pajamas." And I was like, "Oh, so crush me." Like right there in the middle of Walmart.
Not as famous as you thought you were, huh?
What else happened?
Riley broke his leg.
Oh yeah, a lot of people don't know about that. We didn't really advertise it, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, all of our family knew and close friends, but like we didn't post pictures on Facebook. I just didn't feel a need. But yeah, a few weeks ago, he already has his cast off. He's healed. Babies are amazing, and they heal. They're so resilient. They heal so fast.
A strong little guy. He went through this whole process very, very well. I was so proud of him. What's messed up about it is it was the top part of his leg, the femur.
His femur, yeah. He rolled off of our bed is how it happened. I was alone. There was 2 babies, and they're to the point they're rolling over. Reagan's actually crawling now. So yeah, they're super fast. As anybody who has kids know, babies, they're fast. I mean, the blink of an eye, they can be across a room. And I'm getting them ready for bed, and I have them on our bed, a king-size bed. And, I was getting Reagan dressed, and Riley, just before you know it, he was off the side of the bed.
Boom.
And yeah, we noticed something was going on with his leg, and took him to the hospital. And you took him to the hospital. I
took him to
Reagan.
the hospital. Which it turns out that when a baby breaks that part of his leg, the 2 leading causes are car wrecks and child abuse. So guess who got asked 1,000 questions at the hospital? So basically, I had, I think, 5 different people.
So, Mr. McKnight, you broke this baby's leg on purpose, didn't ya? Didn't ya?
I had 5 different people ask me the same questions. I'm assuming to trip up my answers, but obviously it turned out that I was not abusing my children, and, you know, it was just an accident. So that was fun, huh? Yeah.
Oh, no, it was horrible. He had to have a cast, and he only had his cast on for 3 weeks. Which in an adult, if you break your femur, I mean, that's a horrible injury. The orthopedic, he actually said that, you know, in an adult, you're looking at wearing a cast for 12 weeks or more. That's what he told us. But yeah, Riley was completely healed in 3 weeks. So it was amazing. And oh my gosh, it was a little sore the first few days, I think. You know, we kept medicine in him to help with the pain, but after that, it didn't seem to bother him at all. Like, it barely slowed him down.
You know,
he tried to take the cast off. He was trying to wiggle out of it.
It probably affected us more than it really affected him.
Oh, yeah, it was nerve-wracking, and it was hard to give him a bath. I mean, you know, we had to do sponge baths, and he wasn't able to splash around in the bathtub, and...
I just felt bad. I just felt like there was nothing I could do. You know, my son was hurt, and there was nothing I could do.
Yeah.
All I could do was just hold him,
It's a very helpless feeling.
I'd come home for work, and I would immediately, like, just want to pick him up and hold him all night long. And with twins, you can't do that. You know, you gotta take turns. And Reagan definitely knew something was wrong. She acted weird the whole time he had that cast on.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, the first week after it happened, like I said, Riley, it really didn't seem to bother him that much. It didn't. But Reagan, for like that first week, she was really cranky. It's like she just didn't understand what was going on. So she cried a lot more than usual. And she was just, you know, really clingy. Like, she just wanted to be held all the time. Like, she knew something was going on. And babies, you know, they don't understand. You can't, you know, make them understand. And I remember she discovered the cast on Riley's leg and, like, crawled over to him, was, like, touching the cast. And, you know, it's like she knew this isn't supposed to be there.
So we have something else going on as well. We've apparently had a sickness running through the house.
Yeah, we are all under the weather, and if anybody hears me coughing, that's why.
Coughing? You're right.
Sorry.
So, coughing, what is it called when you suck on your nose real hard when you're sick?
What?
You know, that thing. Oh, it's gross, right?
Yeah,
it's been a rough week. I feel like I've been walking around like that elephant, you know, from Sesame Street. What's his name?
Snuffleupagus?
Snuffleupagus. Hi, Katie. I feel like that all the time. It's like somebody stepping on my head. I posted a picture of the setup I did a week ago.
Yeah, we ended up not recording that night because we felt horrible.
And then Reagan she was having a hard time going to sleep, and
the first time Riley's gotten off pretty scot-free. Like, he hasn't been sick at all. He woke up with a tiny bit of a runny nose one morning, but I think that was more caused by teething than a cold. Else, yeah, because he's been fine. He has had no fever. Reagan, she's, bless her heart, she's had a little runny nose for like a week now, and the first day or so she ran a little bit of a fever, but I mean, they're 9 months old, and this is the first time she's ever been sick.
Good job, Mom. You've kept them babies.
Yeah, I'm proud.
Kept them healthy.
I'm really proud.
I know kids who have been, you know, they go to the doctor or get sick in their first year way more than ours did. So you did a really good job.
I guess I'm
really proud of you.
I guess I expected ours to be sick more than what they have, just because they were premature and
they're resilient little tykes.
But yeah, it's been amazing. This is the first time Reagan's been sick.
So you want to get into the stories? You got 2 really good butt stories I want you to share with everybody.
I have what?
2 butt stories.
I have 2?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Why don't you start with the one from, you alright?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
You making everybody sick. Everybody's getting germs from the earphones. Let's start with your one from today, actually.
Today? I don't even know what you're talking about. What butt story from today?
Your little fiasco in the public bathroom?
Oh, that has nothing to do with butts, really.
Well, not your butt. Some other girl's butt.
No.
Tell us the story. All right, tell me what happened.
You know, the whole reason, really, that we started doing this podcast, well, part of the reason, is because of just the weird conversations that we have and the weird experiences that we have, and we're like, we need to share this with everybody. And this is one of those instances, like, it's just one of those random things that you're just like, that's funny. Anyway, we were in Target today, and I go into the restroom, go into the stall,
and she missed. You get it? Target?
Anyway, I go into the stall, and as soon as I walk in and I hang my purse on the little hook thing on the back of the door, the lady in the stall beside me.
It's a very unique way to use that hook. I always see that hook in the guys' restaurant. I'm just like, why is that hook there?
It's for purses. I mean,
well, no, not
in the women's restaurant. That's what I always use it for.
It's called a satchel. Indiana Jones had one.
Anyway,
okay, so go ahead.
As soon as I walk in the stall, hang my purse, and I see a hand come under the stall.
With a camera?
From this. I'm not gonna tell this story.
Okay.
I should have told this story 3 times by now, and you keep interrupting me, and it's really aggravating me.
You act like this is something new. I do it every episode.
I know, and it annoys me so bad.
All right, I'm sorry.
It's like not even that funny of a story to drag it out for so long. Okay, you're making me stutter over here. I'm so aggravated.
Okay, so the hand came out from under the stall.
Anyway, hand comes, underneath the stall, and it's like, like doing a grabbing motion. I'm doing it. You can't see it. It's like a grabbing. And in the most sweet little country voice, this lady says to me, "Excuse me, can you hand me some tissue? There's none over here."
Wow, you did that really good. Do it again, one more time.
No.
Oh.
And, being the nice person I am, sure, I ain't got a problem with that. If it was me, I'd want somebody to hook me up, okay? So I looked, and then I said, "No, I cannot. Because there's none in here either. Thank goodness. Hey, she saved me, because if she hadn't asked, I wouldn't have checked." So I was like, "No, I can't. There's none in here." So I go out and go to another empty stall. And I yell to this strange lady, "Hang on, I got you. I got you." And I get her some tissue from the other stall, and I run back, and I just stick it under. I was like, "Here you go." She's like, "Thank you. It was a great day."
You're a hero.
I know, right?
You saved that girl's day.
Yeah, I'm like, I have a connection with this woman, and I didn't even see her face. I didn't even really see her shoes.
You don't know what was going on in there. It could have been more traumatic than a number one.
Like whenever I went to the other stall to grab some toilet paper, like I grabbed off like more than what you would need for just like a tinkle, because I'm like, I don't know, she might need more. So I'm just like, but then I'm like handing her this wad of toilet paper, and I'm like, she's gonna think like, dude, is this how much she uses? Like that's what was running through my mind.
I just gotta say, you sound wonderful. Nobody knows what we were.
I'm like hacking.
Nobody knows what we were. We did a couple dry runs, and you were just having a really hard time talking.
Yeah, like my throat was just really scratchy and dry, and like I have this thing going on where like you inhale, and it's just like it makes me cough just to inhale.
So we made you some hot tea, and that seems to be helping you out a little bit.
Yeah, so thanks to you. I mean, we had some tea in the house, because we drink hot tea from time to time. But my wonderful husband went to the store a couple nights ago and got me a new box of tea. You come home, and you're like, "I got you this tea. It was really sweet." It was Sleepy Time Extra, and I like Sleepy Time tea. You know that. But I've never had Sleepy Time Extra. I didn't even know that was a thing. Apparently I've not seen this in the store. Like, where am I buying my tea that I miss the Sleepy Time Extra? So we get out tonight, and I'm like, I've got some regular Sleepy Time, and I'm comparing it. I was like, what makes this Sleepy Time Extra? And apparently it has valerian in it, and I'm reading the box, and there is a warning on this box of tea. I've never had tea that came with a warning, but because valerian, it makes you sleepy. It's a mild sedative. But yeah, so there's a warning on it, and it says, to do not drive or operate heavy machinery after you drink this tea. So I'm like, whoa. Let's,
I've never heard of that before.
Valerian?
Valerian? It sounds like, the only thing I can think of is, that STD or whatever. Venereal?
No, a venereal disease.
A venereal disease? Yeah, that's, I can't hear you.
Oh God, no, that's not the same thing.
I can't hear you talk about tea. It's like, I don't think we should be drinking that tea.
They didn't include that in the warning.
Okay, my favorite part. All right, tell the other butt story.
My other butt story.
Oh,
my
this
gosh.
is so good. I've been waiting 2 weeks for this, right?
I know, it was a week ago.
A week ago? Okay.
So, my birthday was yesterday.
You were going to be the star of this episode. With these
My
wonderful
birthday
stories.
was yesterday.
Happy birthday.
But as like an early birthday present, I had a massage, a professional massage. Compliments of my mom. So it was really super awesome. The only other time I've had a professional massage was whenever I was in the hospital before the babies were born. Part of the hospital's healing arts program is that they had a massage therapist come see me once a week. And I had a prenatal massage. So that was my only professional massage experience up until last week. So I go and I had to fill out some paperwork before, just, general health questions and
Before
stuff.
you told me about this paperwork, it never even crossed my mind. I've never gotten a professional massage that you would have to fill this paperwork out.
Yeah, it's just kind of basic healthcare stuff. And then at the bottom of this one paper, it's like, do you feel comfortable being massaged in these areas? And it's got a few different areas, and like, it's like your face, your pectorals, which is, on your chest, so like, not your boobs, but like just above. And one of them was the gluteal region, which is your butt. And so I'm like filling out this paper and I'm checking like, yeah, you can massage my face. Sure. Pectorals. Sure. That's fine. It's not like she's going to grope me. And then I get to gluteals and I'm really hesitant because I'm like, well, that's your butt. I don't know how I feel about that.
Just for the record, I like it when you say gluteal. Say it again.
Gluteal?
Gluteal.
But I know, I was like, I'm like filling out this paper and I'm kind of like back and forth in my head because you weren't there. I was by myself. And so I'm like, what do I do? Like, if I check yes, this woman's going to massage my butt. But I was like, if I check no, who knows? I might be missing out on like
the gluteal massage.
Like, it might be really nice. I've never had a gluteal massage.
You walk out there talking about, man, that's the best gluteal massage I ever got.
Well, I know that the gluteals is one of the biggest muscle regions of your body. So I was like, who knows? I might need my gluteal region massage.
Man, that's the best gluteal massage I ever got.
So I go ahead and check yes. I'm like, let's go for it. Let's see what happens. And so anyway, I'm getting there. I'm having my massage, which was wonderful, by the way. And she gets to my gluteal region. And basically she did one side, kind of like back gluteal, down leg. And then came around to the other side. And,
as long as she don't go down the center of the gluteal, it should be fine.
No butt crack action going on. But she gets to the second side. And it's not like bare skin, like she's not like touching my bare butt, and I actually had underwear on, but it's like through the sheet, so it wasn't as awkward as I thought it would be.
Sure.
So anyway, I'm getting my gluteals massaged and I suddenly get the urge that I need to pass gas. Okay. Like, it's like there, like it's right there.
So you're nervous that she's gonna squeeze your gluteal.
I mean, I guess I was like
proverbial
really
red nose on a clown.
I guess I was just like really relaxed, and so like she's massaging me, and I'm like, I start to panic. I'm like, no, I was like, I cannot fart.
I bet it's a small little room too, right?
Well, the room that I was in was actually a room for a couples massage, so there was like another empty tables. It was a pretty large room. but it's really dim.
But how?
And it's pretty quiet. There's like soft music, like relaxing sounds and music playing.
So like,
but it's pretty quiet. And I'm like, she's like right there. Like her hands are literally on my butt. I'm like, if I fart right now, it's going to be the most awkward and mortifying moment of my entire life. For sure. I know it. So I start to panic, and in my, I'm like giving myself a pep talk in my head. I'm like, Katie, you cannot fart right now. It's not an option. You cannot. You have to hold this in, no matter what. You better hold it in. And like, but at the same time, I'm like, I can't really tense up my butt to hold it in because she's massaging my butt. And I'm like, if I just tense up my butt right now, she's gonna know
something's wrong.
Something's going on, and she's gonna ask me, you know, like, are you okay? Like,
everything all right?
Yeah. So I'm like,
I noticed here, I'm rubbing your gluteals, and it seems that you got a lot of tension going on. Is everything okay with your gluteals?
Like, maybe we need to work on this area some more, because you're obviously very
That's all you
right
need.
Here.
Keep squeezing that clown nose until it squeaks.
Oh, so like, by the grace of God, I'm able to hold it. And like, when she moves along, I was like, whew, oh my gosh. Dodge that bullet. Like, it was scary.
So, how much of your 1 hour massage was taken up by the gluteal scare of 2015?
I don't know. It felt like forever. I'm like, please, God, please let her just move along, because I can't hold it much longer. But I did. I held it in. I did good.
Awesome. Great job. I love that story. That was so good.
Why does this stuff happen to me? Why me? It was definitely a why me moment.
Quick little, self-promotion tidbits. Please make sure you go like our Facebook page if you haven't. It's The Bob and Katie Show. Our Facebook.com/The Bob and Katie Show. You can follow us on Twitter, hashtag or @ or whatever that symbol is. If you've got Twitter, you know how to do it. Bob and Katie Show, not the at Bob and Katie Show. There's not enough room for the. So it was for the. So at Bob and Katie Show. We got 6 followers now, working on 10,000.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, the gift card contest. So we put a contest up for a $10 Amazon gift card, which you can spend on anything you want on Amazon.
Who doesn't want an Amazon gift card?
Right?
I love Amazon.
So the way the contest works is simple. When the page reaches 200 likes, we're going to randomly pick someone to win the $10 gift card. We're basically going to write all the names down on a big sheet of paper, rip them up.
Look. We pay for all this stuff ourselves. So don't y'all be going, this is a $10 gift card? $10?
Oh, yeah,
you cheapskates. Come on now. Yeah. We pay for all. We don't have any sponsors. No, I take that back. We did have one sponsor that paid us a very little amount.
Didn't even cover this $10 gift card.
Yeah, not by a long shot. And that's okay. But we do, just keep in mind, we do pay for all this out of pocket, so don't y'all be calling us cheapskates behind our back.
But, we're going to buy you a $10 Amazon gift card. So, once again, the rules are, once we reach 200 likes on the page, we're going to pick somebody. And to get your name in the pot, you have to go to that post and tag someone that you think would like the Bob and Katie Show.
Yes, now, tag your friends. It doesn't count if you like it or share it. You have to tag someone.
We've had a bunch of people like and share it.
That's great. I mean, you can do that too. Like, I'm not saying not, but to get entered into the contest, you have to tag someone.
Now, here's a little curveball I threw in there. I am going to give you an entry for every person that you tag. So, if we've got 10 people that tag one person each, and we get to 200 likes, and, an 11th person who tags 50 people, their name's going to go into the hat 50 times. So make sure you get on there and do it. Not too complicated.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. It'd be good times.
I think it's a good deal. Good deal. $10, go towards something nice, So I got something to talk to you about.
Talk to me.
I was in there with them, and I know you heard me because I saw you post something on Facebook about me reading to the babies.
Oh my gosh, I heard you in there. It was cracking me up. You were reading to them, and you were just making, like, these comments. You're like, this book doesn't even make sense. This is the stupidest thing I've ever read.
So they've got these little, I don't know, what is it, 2 inches by 2 inch hard books, and there's like 12 of them, right?
Yeah, they're Mother Goose nursery rhymes.
Okay, Mother Goose nursery rhymes. Well, out of the 12, I have taken 3 that I don't think we should let our children have.
What?
So
There's nothing wrong with those books. Stop it.
There's something wrong with these books. We're going to go through them real fast. They're real short. And then you tell me there's nothing wrong with these books, okay? So, book number 1 is entitled Rockabye Baby. We all heard this growing up. Didn't you hear it? You know it by heart, right? Okay, so basically what happened was I sat down with, a lot of these nursery rhymes I have not listened to or heard or read since I was a small child. They're a lot different than I remember. You know how, like, you watch that movie, or that movie you watched when you were a little kid, and you're like, wow, that was, like, the greatest moment of my life, and then you watch it as an adult, and you're like, that was really stupid. Mm-hmm. It's sort of the same thing. So, Rockabye Baby. You ready for this? Rockabye Baby on the treetop. When the wind blows, the cradle will rock. When the bough breaks, the cradle will fall.
That's terrifying.
Down will come baby, cradle and all. Okay, first of all,
Who wrote this?
who's
It's about a baby falling out of a tree.
who's putting their baby in a tree? Like, who puts their baby in a tree? All right, so in a, what is this thing called? A cradle. So somebody took their baby and put them in a cradle that moves.
Not just in a tree, but the tree top.
But the tree top. So at the top of the tree, the wind starts blowing, right? In this nursery rhyme for children. And it says the bough breaks. I don't even know what the bough is. What is the bough?
The branch.
The branch. Okay, so the branch breaks. And basically the child falls out of the treetop and hits the ground. I mean, like, it doesn't say that. It just says cradle and all. But we know what happens when our baby fell off the bed. Okay? The bed. And landed halfway on a dog bed, which is a big cushion.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot about
And half on the floor. And
on the carpet.
on the
carpeted
carpet.
floor.
And his leg broke. This baby fell out of a treetop with I'm assuming would be a 25 to 50 pound cradle.
That's pretty scary. And those are the things, like, you read these here, you tell, oh my gosh, get it out, Kate. You, like, tell this to your kid before they go to bed? Or, like, sing it to them before they go to bed? It's supposed to be comforting.
It's not comforting. So this book is gone.
Go to sleep or else I'll put you in a tree.
Go to sleep or you're going to go outside in a tree in your cradle. All right.
Sorry.
You ready?
Okay.
Book number 2. Mary's Lamb.
Oh, you talked to me about this one.
All right.
You showed me the picture of the lamb. I posted it on Facebook too because it was just I had to share it.
You're stealing my thunder.
Sorry.
You're stealing it.
I'm sorry.
All right, here we go.
Continue. Mary's little lamb.
What gets me is how some parts of this one, like, repeat themselves. So I'm going to read it word for word. Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb.
That's how it goes.
Mary had a little lamb, his fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went. Everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go. So, if you're out there in the world right now, you're thinking, well, there's obviously nothing wrong with this story. You're right. It's a cute little story about a little lady who's got a little pet lamb, and they love each other. But the artwork of this book is
the little
horrifying.
girl. The little girl was really creepy. The lamb was really creepy.
So, you took a picture of the second page, and honestly, alright, so this is the picture that you took. And for everybody listening, I'm going to post pictures on the page so you can see. This one isn't so bad. It's a little creepy.
It scares me.
But that one, this looks like a picture you would see on a mantle in a place where everybody just died.
Oh my god.
Like, this one's bad. So I don't want them to have this book either. So maybe we can find... Look at this one. She's walking and her head's on backwards.
She's looking over her shoulder.
Yeah, well, this artist doesn't know how to show that. Her head is on backwards.
It is a little weird
right?
looking.
That's The Exorcist is what that is. So that's the cutest and best one. The very last page is the only one that's not scary. So this page right here, her head's on backwards. This one right here looks like she's got her knee inside the lamb's butt. Right? And then the lamb itself it's just creepy artwork. And then, of course, the worst one is the very first page of the book. So, so bad. Story's fine. Didn't do a good job with the artwork. Okay. I got one more. You ready? Last book. Hey Diddle Diddle. You know this story?
Of course.
Okay, so here we go. Hey Diddle Diddle. The cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such a sport. And the dish went array with the spoon. What do you think about that story?
It's odd.
It is odd, right? So I started thinking about it.
Cats playing fiddles, dogs laughing,
Right, so
cows jumping over moons.
we're going to go through this page by page. First page. Hey Diddle Diddle. What does that mean?
I don't know.
I don't, like, when someone says diddle, it sounds like something like a 13-year-old boy does when he's by himself.
Oh gosh.
So,
Oh my goodness.
I have yet to be able to figure out what hey diddle diddling
I'm not
is.
sure.
I'm not sure that anything...
We'll have to delve into that.
Anything in a child's book probably doesn't even talk about diddling.
I'm sure that's not what it
Okay,
means.
so hey diddle diddle, regardless of what it is, I have no idea what that means. Page 2. The cat and the fiddle. It's a pretty, I don't know, that's a pretty intelligent cat, right? I don't know any fiddle.
Well, I can't play fiddle.
So I can't play the fiddle, but this
I've
cat's
always
playing the fiddle.
wanted to learn though. I've always thought that would be really cool.
So, nothing too crazy. I'm not an idiot. This is a story. So maybe in this story, the cat plays the fiddle. The cow jumps over the moon. We're starting to really, really go out there now. So far we got...
At this point, it sounds to me like whoever wrote this story was like tripping acid.
So, page 1, diddle diddles, we don't know what it is. Page 2, the cat is playing a fiddle. We get to page 3, there's a cow jumping over the moon. This story's really, really intensifying really, really fast. Then it kind of slows down a little bit. The little dog laughed to see such a sport. Right? So it's like...
Yeah, but dogs don't laugh.
That's creepy, right? Could you
that
imagine?
that part is like the creepiest to me. Like, can you think of like if our dog started laughing?
Yeah.
It would creep me the heck out.
We'd have to have him put down. And then the last page, the dish ran away with the spoon. And the artwork isn't so good. The dish kind of looks like a deviled egg.
It does.
So I started thinking about this story, and I got it figured out. There's really nothing wrong with Hey Diddle Diddle. And there's really nothing wrong with the cat and the fiddle. And there's really nothing wrong with the cow that jumps over the moon. Or the dish that runs away with the spoon.
It's the dog laughing.
It's the dog. The dog is on drugs. And he's laughing about all this stuff he sees.
Maybe this story was written from the dog's point of view.
I think it was. This dog is on PCP. And he's diddling. He's seeing cats play with fiddles, right?
gosh.
Because, I mean, like, think about it. If you're a dog and you're high on drugs, your, like, number one enemy is cats, right? So he's going to see this cat playing a fiddle. Okay? Then he sees a cow float away. Right? So you're a dog and you're sitting there in the field and all of a sudden the cows start floating away.
This dog obviously lives on a farm.
Yeah, he lives on a farm.
I think we could...
And then you see the dishes run away. Like this cow or this dog is tripping, and now
Obviously.
he's rolling around in the field laughing. So I don't want to book that promotes drugs. Not for my kids.
Oh, we haven't done our Dear Bobby segment.
Oh, you want to do Dear Bobby?
Yeah,
Do Dear Bobby
I almost
in the
forgot
news?
about that.
Let's do that. Ladies and gentlemen, Dear Bobby, presented by Katie.
All right, here we go. Dear Bobby, my husband and I are part of a tight-knit social group. There are 4 couples who get together for dinner once or twice a week. We all decide on a theme beforehand and bring a dish, potluck style. My problem is that one of the couples will announce during dinner, "Those potatoes are our leftovers from 3 days ago," or "We had that for dinner last night." Is it just me or is that gross? I always prepare something fresh for these dinners, as does everyone else. They're not struggling for money, and time isn't the issue. Should I say something? I tend to ignore what they bring, but I think that they'll notice eventually. Is this something I should keep my mouth shut about? Or is it bad manners to feed someone else your leftovers? Potluck in Oregon.
Every time we do Dear Bobby, by the time we get to the end, I've got an answer immediately. All I can say to that one is, wow.
I thought you would like that one.
How do you get to the point where you have friends over? What, say 4 families?
It's a group, it's 4 couples that get together once or twice a week for dinner,
That's
like a dinner
lot.
party.
Yeah, say something to them. There's really, hey. Okay, so we're sitting around dinner, right? Hey guys, you like those potatoes? Those are from 3 days ago. That's gross, Frank. That's all you gotta do, Frank. Don't be bringing your old potatoes over here. You see this right here? This is a meatloaf we made today. We didn't make it out of meatloaf from 3 days ago. We made it today because we like you. Don't be bringing no old potatoes in here, Frank. Come on.
It's weird. Like,
It's very weird.
I
Don't agree to come into the dinners if you're going to bring old food.
Yeah, and it sounds like it's on a regular basis. And I'm like, okay, my thought is sometimes there are some exceptions. There's a few handful of things that, hey, it's better the second day, right? Right? Some things need longer to cook.
Them potatoes didn't need longer to cook. Them potatoes
Yeah,
were
it
3
sounds
days
like
old.
that's not the case here. It's just, I don't know, laziness or something. 3-day-old leftovers, that's, if you want to eat that yourself, fine, but to take, like, to a dinner party to serve other people, and then tell everybody about it. Like, it's one thing if you're like, oh crap, I forgot to make something, let me take these leftovers right here, and try to pass it off as something that you just made. I don't know. That's just weird, like, for them to continuously bring leftovers and be proud about it. That's weird.
You guys like the turkey and macaroni? Found it on my porch. But no, seriously, you gotta tell Frank not to be bringing his old food over to your house anymore, or just don't tell him the dates. There's something, you can't. Why even have the party if half the time you're feeling awkward, right? So just don't invite Frank over if he wants to keep bringing old food. My only problem is, like, if I go out to a restaurant and I order dinner and they mess up my food, I don't send it back. I just don't go back to the restaurant, because if you upset somebody, then they do something gross with your food. So I don't want Frank to come back next week and him not say the food's old, but then there'd be something gross inside the food. So you probably need to move. You just need to go ahead and move. You need new friends. You need to move. Good luck, Mr. Potluck.
Dear Bobby, several months after I had my first daughter from a 6-year relationship that ended sadly, I started flirting with a married man. I realize now that I was still heartbroken and trying desperately to forget my ex. The flirtation turned into a full-blown affair that resulted in another child. Her father isn't in the picture because the now ex-wife, who still lives with him, forbids him from having any contact whatsoever with our daughter. I admit I have lied by telling my little girl that her daddy is a workaholic, and that's the reason he doesn't see her when she asks about him. She is now 4. How or when do I tell her the truth? Would counseling help? On the spot in California.
That's rough on the spot. That's real rough. So
That's a very complicated
Yeah, that's hard.
like that's very complicated.
The dad's new wife doesn't allow him to see the child?
No, ex-wife. Okay, this woman.
All right, explain it to me. I guess I missed it.
Okay, I'm gonna set up a timeline.
Okay.
Okay, this woman on the spot, whatever her name was, she was with someone for 6 years, has a baby. Right after the baby is born, it said the relationship ended sadly. I don't know what happened. Anyway, relationship over. Boom. Couple months later, this woman starts flirting with a married man. He ends up having an affair with her, and she has another child with the married man. The married man gets divorced, but him and his ex-wife still live together, and the ex-wife does not want him being around the daughter.
If they're divorced, who cares what she thinks? You need to be all right, on the spot, that guy needs to be a man. And the first guy needs to be a man. It kind of sounds like on the spot's making poor choices in life.
Yeah, that's kind of the gist I get. I don't know. How do I put this delicately?
Stop choosing crappy guys to date. All right?
And not just date,
Oh, yeah. So,
but
the first guy you were with for 6 years, and then as soon as you have a baby, things go sour and he runs away. Sounds
well, it
like
said it ended sadly. So, I mean, what if he died or something?
maybe that is the case.
Yeah, it didn't say.
You definitely shouldn't have been going and messing with a guy that was married. So, you're just going to have to deal with that.
Yeah, that was first mistake right there. Don't flirt with a married man. Come on, don't do that.
If this guy is telling you his wife's not allowing this to happen, or his ex-wife, he's either A, lying to you, or B, a really crappy dad. So either way, it is what it is. Life's not fair, and, I would hate to have to tell a 4-year-old that you can't see your father because he's not, able to, or, just be honest. Life's not fair.
Yeah. I mean, I realize it's in no way the child's fault at all. And a child deserves to have their parents in their life. But the circumstances around it, it's not just the dad's fault, I believe. I believe the mom is just as much to blame for putting herself and her child in that kind of position.
Sure.
Like I said, you should have never been flirting with a married man.
Now, another thing to think about, at 4 years old, I think it would be a lot easier to get used to not having the dad in your life than like a 10-year-old. So just go ahead and...
I think she needs to tell her the truth, but age appropriately.
Just go ahead and rip that Band-Aid off.
I don't know if it's that he can't be in her life at all, or he can only, see her a little bit. Whatever it is, I think she needs to go ahead and just be honest. But, I mean, like I said, break it down to where it's age appropriate,
Yeah, I guess sometimes you just need to be a parent and say, you know what, you can't see your dad anymore.
Yeah.
Why? You'll find out when you're older. And then that'd be the end of it. You're the mom, you're the adult. Take care of the problem.
Like I said, she's not innocent in this. She's the one
Not at all. Not at all.
She got herself in this situation.
Yeah. There's really, you picked
It's a very complicated one. That's kind of why I chose it, because I wanted to challenge you.
It's not so much complicated as in it's just hard to resolve.
It sucks for that child.
It's kind of like if you, alright, let's say that you're in a relationship with someone for 10 years, right? And you feel like the best thing to happen in this relationship is to end it, right? The worst part about ending a relationship is having the conversation. But once you have the conversation, your life will start to get better.
Well, how do you know?
If it's best, if you know that it's best for this relationship to be over, then it'll get better. The point is, sometimes you just have to have the conversation. And the child is 4 and you're an adult. Handle your problems. Handle your child. That's all there is to it. It's a crappy situation, but guess what? You made that decision to get you both there.
Yeah.
Fix it. So you want to move on to some lighter stuff?
Oh, yeah.
The news. So the first story I have, this is the title of the story. Ready? Terrified man calls 911 because his cat is too aggressive.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds like Gizmo, our cat that we used to have. Oh, jeez.
A Connecticut man called 911 early Wednesday morning.
Was it like a regular cat?
Yeah, okay.
It wasn't like some his pet bobcat.
Here's a picture. That is a regular cat. A Connecticut man called 911 early Wednesday morning during a 4-hour standoff with
his cat?
With his 8-pound cat.
So what one isn't even like a big fat cat or anything?
No, it's a regular old tiny little gray cat. So basically what happens is his cat got really aggressive, attacked his leg, and him and his wife had to get out the house. So every time they would try to go back into the house, the cat would be there at the entrance, hissing, scratching, and they couldn't get in and eventually had to call 911.
Wow.
And guess what? Those recordings were released because that stuff's public.
I kind of want to hear it. Like,
I don't have access to the recordings. There's a quote where the 911 lady dispatcher said, you said a cat? So,
like, could you imagine being that dispatcher going, is this a joke? Is he being serious? Or is this like a prank?
So it turns out the cat the previous day had kittens.
Oh.
So we think Mama Cat might have been trying to protect her kittens.
That explains it.
So, and at the end of the story it said no charges were filed against the couple or the cat, according to the police.
So what did they do? Like, did like animal control come? Did anybody come, like, help him get in his house? Like, did they do something with the cat?
It said they were advised to stay away from the cat for the rest of the night. The couple was eventually able to get back in their home. So I guess somebody came in there and was like, look, the cat's just trying to protect the kittens. You just need to get away from them. I would imagine the guy was trying to do something with the kittens when this all went down. Wouldn't you think so?
If that was the case, then I don't blame that mama kitty for tearing him up.
Not at all. Okay, next article I found is not as funny, but I thought it was pretty awesome. Okay, so there was a lady in Michigan who was texting on her phone, and she hit someone riding a bicycle and killed him.
Like, what, she was texting and driving?
Oh
my goodness gracious, people don't be texting and driving.
So, a Michigan woman accused of being distracted by her cell phone when her car struck and killed a bicyclist has been barred from using any portable communication device for 2 years.
So she got her cell phone taken away.
Like, that's my favorite thing I think I've ever heard. She had to spend 90 days in jail, but over a period of time.
Like, she can go serve time on the weekends.
Yeah, because it was an accident. You know what I mean? It's not like she went out and tried to kill someone.
Yeah.
So she's going to have to live with that. But
that is a horrible thing to have to live with. I couldn't imagine.
Some people have jail sentences, and the judge goes, you know what? There was no malicious intent here, but according to the law, you do have to serve jail time. So instead of ending someone's career, you know, because if this happened to me, and I, you know, went to jail for 90 days, I would lose my job.
Yeah.
We would lose our apartment. You know what I mean? Like, you lose things. So they set up programs where, like, people go to jail for the weekend. So I'm assuming that's what she's going to have to do. But the judge goes, you know what? I don't think you need to have a cell phone anymore.
Obviously. I think that's a great element of her punishment.
For the next 2 years, it will be illegal for her to use any kind of portable communication device. So no laptops, no tablets, no cell phones, nothing like that. Just the regular old corded phone at her house and a desktop computer.
I think that's perfect. I think anybody who gets any type of charges like that for like texting and driving, that should be the punishment. You get your cell phone taken away. Like, it is dangerous. It pisses me off. Like, it's
crazy, right? It's almost as bad as drinking and driving.
And that too, anything like that the people do, that they make a conscious decision to get behind the wheel of a car and not do their very best to be safe for not only themselves, but every other driver that they encounter on the road, pisses me off. Because I'm like, I drive with my children in the car. So you send in your stupid text that I don't even care what it's about is not as important as the lives of my children that are in my car.
Just left the coffee shop. Can't wait to get to school. LOL. Just, it's dumb stuff that people text most of the time. And I'm one of them. I use text messages all the time. And honestly, there's nothing really crazy important that you need to text. It's always, hey, what time do you want to go somewhere? Or, something like that. It's never really worth.
It's definitely not worth somebody's life.
So I have another little segment I want to add into the show.
Okay. Now that I'm all like angry and
mad.
stuff.
I don't know that we'll do it every week, but it definitely this week because I, looked the stuff up. So this segment's going to be called A Hero and a Zero. All right. So first we're going to start out with a zero.
Is this like people?
Right. People,
okay.
People in the news. Okay. This one, there's really nothing funny about this at all.
Wait, which one are you doing first? The zero?
The zero. But I saw this and just the emotions that ran through me. It's insane. Leland man arrested on sex charges.
Oh, this is like local.
Well, local to us. It's not going to be local to all our listeners. Leland man arrested on sex charges.
I guess you could edit that out. Sorry.
Will you stop interrupting me?
I'm sorry. Start over again in the beginning. Ready, and go.
Leland man arrested in... I can't see. I'm messed up now. You done messed me up.
No, we're editing that part out. You didn't have to. You didn't have to say anything. Nobody would know. Are you ready? Start over again.
Leland man arrested on sex charges in Brunswick County. Okay, things happen. Sure. I like to give the benefit of the doubt. Until I read the story. And there's only... you don't even have to read the middle. These are the key things to know. He's 19. And the charge was engaging in a sexual offense with a child under 13.
What?
You're 19 years old, bro.
I would say, it would be different if, I'm 19, my girlfriend is 17.
That's legal.
Oh, it is?
15 is when things start going south. 16, I think it's frowned upon. 15 and under, it starts going, you start going to jail for that.
Well, he's 19. He should definitely know better. Get a girlfriend your own age.
Under 13, that's huge. That's a big deal.
That's a child. That is a child.
That's only this little girl could be 10 years older than Reagan is right now. I would go to jail.
Oh, I'd kill a man.
After I killed this person. So, if we have anybody out there who's over the age of 18 and you're thinking about diddling with little girls or little boys under the age of 13 or under the age of 17, you know what? Don't date anybody under 18. Just don't do it. That is a kid. A child. Don't be gross.
No matter how grown they think they are.
You ignorant person. Maybe there's more to the story. I don't know.
I don't care. If they're under 13, it don't matter what more there is to the story. If they're under 13, he's 19, is wrong. He needs to go to jail.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Mm-mm. No, it's disgusting.
You know what they do to little kid molesters in prison, right? He's going to get everything he deserves. So you want to go a little bit lighter now? You want to do the hero?
Yeah, I keep getting mad, man.
I picked some bad topics.
This is what happens, thanks to social media, you know, news is just at your fingertips constantly, which in a lot of cases is awesome. But I'm a very emotional person. And I just get so upset sometimes. I get on my Facebook and I'll be scrolling. I'm having a perfectly good day and I'll be scrolling and see some sad stuff. I mean, sad about animals dying or being abused and children being abused and just people being homeless. And oh my God, it's just, sometimes I don't want to know. Sometimes I just want to go crawl under my rock and not know anything's going on in the world for 5 minutes.
Maybe that's why we got such a big response from our story in the news, because it was a happy story.
Yeah, it's nice when there's happy stuff in the news because it doesn't happen very often.
Okay, so I can't even say the name of this town. Read this right here. This town in California. Milpitas?
I don't know.
All right, so there was a guy in California. He was a bus driver. And basically what happens is, I guess he gets radio transmission or whatever about a missing boy. Which is pretty cool that the bus lines do that, you know?
Like an Amber Alert?
Right, yeah. So this guy goes into a library and goes to the children's section and takes a little boy, a 3-year-old little boy, and leaves.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
3 years old?
So, and he gets on a bus and he's getting out of town. Well, the bus driver hears the...
Oh, so they let the bus drivers know, so if they're trying to... Okay.
So
that's awesome.
The bus driver hears the story, you know, the Amber Alert, and he thinks to himself, man, there's a guy back here with a little kid and the kid's crying. I wonder if that's them. So he wants to get a look at the boy without, you know, drawing attention and scaring the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So he pretends to be looking for a lost bag and goes down the aisle one seat at a time looking for a lost bag, and then gets to the seat where the guy is, and, you know, it's like, hey, I'm looking for bags on your seat. No. And he sees the kid has plaid shorts and red shoes, which was the description of the person. So he ends up going back up front, getting in his seat, and starting the bus route. Calls the cops or radios it in that he has the child and the abductor on his bus. Right? So they get to the next bus stop, and the bus apparently has 2 doors, one at the front and one at the back.
Yeah.
So he opens up the front door really slow, and that gives the cops a chance to, like, get ready.
Mm-hmm.
Then he opens the back door where the guy, and he said the guy gets up and walks out cool, calm, and collective with his child.
That's scary.
But he got outside, and when he got outside those bus doors, the cops took him down. So it was supposedly a big scene when they got to the police station. The parents embraced their child.
I bet. Thank God for that bus driver, and then he caught that man.
So, kudos to that guy. I mean, like, I love hearing the good stories in the news when we have them. Like you said, we focus as a society way, way too much on the bad stuff, and we all need to worry about being a little bit good. I think we should end on that. Don't you?
Yeah, I think so.
It might not have been funny, but
I feel like there's so much drama.
yeah, there's a lot of drama in this episode. It's
like,
crazy.
I feel all worked up and I'm like emotional now. No, that's great. Thank God that kid got returned safely and that bus driver was paying attention.
So
That's awesome.
here's our challenge to you guys. Over the next couple weeks, go find some good stuff in life and tell us about it.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Let the Bob and Katie show know something good that's going on in the world, because we're sick and tired of hearing about parents throwing their kids off the bridge or drowning them in bathtubs. We're sick and tired of hearing about people robbing banks and kidnapping each other. Tell us the good stuff. Tell us something good you did. Tell us something good somebody did for you.
Yeah, tell us something that you think should be in the news that's not. That's a good story.
So you can hit us up on Facebook, right? Facebook.com/The Bob and Katie Show.
Or Twitter.
On Twitter, at Bob and Katie Show. What was that and what were you going to do?
Or our, sorry.
You're coughing in everybody's ear all night long.
I'm so sorry.
We'll wrap it
do
up.
apologize.
We're going to get you in the bed, pretty girl. Or what was the other one?
Our voicemail thing that we have now.
Yeah, so
our Google, what's it called? Oh my gosh.
Google Voice. So basically we have a phone number. I say basically a lot, don't I?
I don't know.
Basically, I say basically all the time.
Well, basically now I'm going to notice basically every time you say basically.
Every time I say basically, you're just going to notice that I'm saying basically.
Basically, why don't you go ahead and tell us what you're going to say?
Okay, so you can call and leave us a voicemail on our Google voicemail. The number is 910-294-0951. Once again, the phone number is 910-294-0951.
And if you don't have a pen to write it down, I think we have posted it.
I post it all the time.
Yeah, we've posted it on our Facebook. All you gotta do is scroll down a little bit. One of the recent posts on there will have it. So we would love to get some voicemail messages from people. If you just want to tell us hi, your name, where you're from.
Shout outs.
Yeah, shout out.
Jokes. We love jokes.
Anything.
You got a funny story you want to tell Bob and Katie? Tell us.
Like, we don't want to sound desperate, but yeah, we're basically we're begging.
All right. Well, I think basically that's the end of the show. So basically, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.